Your Excellency, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, President of the Republic of Kenya, the Honorable Lady Justice Martha Koome, Chief Justice and President of the Supreme Court of Kenya, the Honorable Supreme Court Justice Isaac Lenaola, President of the International Association of Refugee and Migration Judges, the Honorable Justice Nestor Kayobera, Judge President of the East African Court of Justice, distinguished judges, judicial officers, esteemed delegates, ladies and gentlemen, all protocols observed. It is a great pleasure and honor for me as the director of Konrad Adenauer Foundation's Rule of Law program for Sub-Saharan Africa to welcome you as a supporting partner to the 14th World Conference of the International Association of Refugee and Migration Judges here in Nairobi. Konrad Adenauer Foundation, for those of you who are not familiar with us, is a German political foundation committed to strengthening democracy, good governance, social market economy, peace and solidarity around the globe. Our Rule of Law program for Sub-Saharan Africa, based here in Nairobi, which is one of our more than 100 offices worldwide, has been actively promoting the rule of law, constitutionalism, and democracy in the region for nearly 20 years. A core part of our work is close cooperation with judges across the continent in order to strengthen judicial independence and access to justice for citizens, endeavors that go hand in hand with our strong and long-standing commitment to the effective protection of human rights. And what, if not a conference like this, we should give our support to as a Rule of Law program. Every day, all over the world, people have to make one of the most difficult decisions in their lives: to leave their homes in search of a safer, better place to live. Being forced to flee their homes or even countries, thereby oftentimes risking their lives, to join a dramatically increasing global stream of refugees has become a reality for millions on this planet. This conference, bringing together delegates from 40 countries, stands as a remarkable testament to a shared global commitment to improving refugee and migration systems, as well as the rights and protections afforded to those who depend on them. Our support for this event reflects not only the strategic priorities of our Rule of Law program, particularly concerning the protection of human rights, it is also deeply connected to the fact that Konrad Adenauer Foundation originates from a country that today hosts one of the biggest refugee populations in the world. Germany is home nowadays to 3.4 million people seeking refuge. Ensuring efficient protection for refugees and asylum seekers, anchored in a fundamental right to asylum enshrined in the Constitution of Germany, is regarded as a national priority in my country. It is an obligation shaped by our own history, which saw millions flee the country during the National Socialist dictatorship and the Second World War. The ongoing global displacement crisis and the question of how to best support those who need refuge, and at the same time how to prevent illegal migration for the sake of those who need refuge, remains a central and complex issue on Germany's political agenda. However, the country faces significant challenges in addressing this topic, given the magnitude of asylum requests submitted to its authorities yearly. And our German judge has given an excellent insight in these problems, which I will not repeat now. The integrity of refugee and migration systems is, at its heart, a question of justice. It speaks to the rule of law, to our shared commitment that every individual, regardless of origin, deserves fair and dignified treatment, due process, and access to justice. These principles are universal, and yet their implementation requires sensitivity to context, culture, and capacity. This is where dialogue, such as this week's, becomes so powerful. I'm particularly pleased that this conference is taking place in Africa. The continent's experience, whether in managing mixed migration flows, integrating displaced persons, or strengthening legal frameworks, offer valuable lessons to the global community. In my view, it is of great importance that we address these challenges in a comprehensive and regionally grounded manner. Doing so enhances security and stability in the region, while avoiding the immense burden of long, dangerous, and often deadly journeys for those forced to flee. Journeys that also represent a significant loss of human potential for the African continent. We are proud to collaborate with partners like the International Association of Refugee and Migration Judges, whose vision of a fair and coherent application of refugee and migration law reflects our shared conviction that sustainable solutions must be grounded in justice and universal political goodwill. On behalf of the Konrad Adenauer Foundation's Rule of Law Program for Sub-Saharan Africa, I thank the association for its continued zeal in championing this important cause, the organizers for their dedication, the top leadership, namely Supreme Court Justice Isaac Lenaola, for its steadfast support, and all of you for your commitment to justice and humanity. May the discussions here in Nairobi inspire new partnerships, practical solutions, and a renewed sense of shared purpose. Asanteni sana, thank you.